Hi Aries, this is Teresa from tarotbytea.com. Welcome to August, and I'm getting ready to do your August reading, and I'd like to bring in some good energy for this reading, create some sacred space around this reading. Hope you had a wonderful July. Thank you also for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for those who have ordered readings. If you'd like a personal reading, private reading, just go to my website and we can get that set up. So what do we have coming? We have 2 eclipses this month in August and a Mercury retrograde. So big things happening. Full moon eclipse on August 7th, which is a culmination in Aquarius, and it will affect your 5th and 11th houses. So the 5th house is a house of romance, and the house of hopes, dreams, and friendships. So something may be either you could be ending a relationship or a friendship, or you could be finalizing something and taking it to the next level. So it could be a creative project. 5th house also involves children, and then we have the solar eclipse in the on August 21st. That's the great big eclipse going on in America, across America, and that will involve a new moon in your 5th house. So new beginnings, good time, powerful energy, because we have so many planets in Leo, and that's about creative self-expression. It's time for you to express who you are, shine your light into the world. We've got Mars, the Moon, the Sun, the North Node, all in Leo at the solar eclipse. And the Moon is trining Uranus. So with the Moon and Uranus, Uranus is freeing you on an emotional level. It's freeing you to follow your soul path. And with the North Node is your destiny. It's what you came into this world to do. So that's all going to be activated at this new moon. So it's a great time for new beginnings. Find out what you really want to do and put your energies there. And so we have the full moon. It helps you release the past, release whatever's holding you back, and to prepare you for the new moon energy. That's going to be very powerful. Eclipses are extremely powerful new beginning energies, new moon energies. So let's see what's happening in your life. And also, I think Saturn will be trining this eclipse, so that's lending stability to things. So whatever you begin now has a chance to last a long time, or to be pretty stable. So what does Aries need to know about love and relationships this August? Especially since it's going to be in your 5th house and 11th house. It will probably... relationships will be important. Okay, what does Aries need to know about love and life for the month of August? May only the highest forces be present at this reading to ensure that the truth be told. Okay, let's see. The Lovers, the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Empress, the 3 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Fool card. This is great. So you start out with the Lovers. The Lovers is a card of in a relationship. The Lovers means a very strong, significant attraction. It could be a soulmate connection. It also involves a choice. So you may be trying to decide between 2 people. I'm dating 2 people. Which one really speaks to my soul? Which one really allows me to be my best self? Or it could mean trying to decide within a relationship. Do I want to stay with this person or leave? How important is this person to me? And you may decide that there is someone in your life that you don't want to live without. That you want to have this person in your life. They're very important to you. So, because Aries has a tendency to be a lone wolf and very independent. But this person might be different. You know, you might have had lovers come and go or relationships come and go in the past, and you just move on without thinking. But this month you're thinking, you know, I don't know if I want to leave this person behind. I really think this person's important to me. So you could be dealing with a relationship that's very important to you, and you're going to be making decisions about it. With the Page of Pentacles crossing, there could be a new relationship in the works, or it could also mean, like the Page of Pentacles is the student card. So it means someone who's open to learning and open to the new. So it could be that you're more, maybe you've been stubborn in the past in relationships, and you've been just wanting to do things your way. And now you're realizing the benefit of collaboration, the benefit of cooperation. So you're being less the lone wolf and maybe trying to work more with others in August. Because the page represents being open and willing to learn, being open to the new. It could also represent, for some of you, that you're going back to school for some kind of training. That if you're trying to advance in your career, you may need to learn some new skills, and you might be going back for some training, learning some new things in August. So that it can advance you, because I see also career opportunities coming up. Not only just relationship, but also in your career. The Queen of Swords is in the past. This is the basis of the situation. So you could be involved with someone who has a seriousness about them. Maybe they've been hurt in the past, and so they're not, they're kind of closed. They give the impression of, don't come near me, don't touch me, don't get too close. They're not very inviting, but they're very stable. But I think it's because they really want someone, they want someone to prove to them that they can be trusted. So you may be dealing with someone where you have to prove your love to them. Or you may have to show them that it's okay, I'm not gonna be like whatever you've experienced in the past. I'm different. I'm gonna be different. I'm not gonna let you down. So the Queen of Swords is someone who's been through a lot. And this could be male or female, and they've built this heart wall around them. They've built this this protective barrier, so they're not too open with letting people get close to them. Whereas, you know, when you're young and you're kind of reckless when you're young and you're not thinking, you know, you fall in love and you're just a wide open book. As you get older and you get hurt by life, you tend to be a little bit more cautious. Well, that's what this woman represents, caution. It also represents this is a person who makes decisions based on their head, not their heart. So you could be dealing with someone who is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or just someone who's even Virgo. Because this is a person who's very calculating, can be sometimes critical. They use critical thinking in all their decision making. Now, this could be it could be a person, but it could also be a message to you that if you're trying to make a decision about your life, use critical thinking. And don't shut yourself off from people who are there that want to love you, that want to be close to you. You know, even though you might have gone through, it could be a message to you of things that you've gone through. Like maybe you've gone through hardships in your life and you have been afraid to get close to someone. So this is a message of choose wisely, use critical thinking when you're choosing a partner, but don't keep people at a distance if there's someone that's really good for you, wanting to offer you love. That's another message that I'm getting with this position, with this card. The Empress is also in the past. I have a feeling that if you're in a relationship, the person that you're with is very maternal, almost like a mother figure, and looks after you, only treats you. It's like you're family with this person, or you're like either a child. It's like they're very nurturing. It could also mean the Empress. So that could describe the person that you're with. But it could also mean that you are exploring your creativity. Because the Empress represents giving birth. Yes, it can in some sense be that you want to have children, that you want to give birth to something. But it could also be a figurative, not a literal birth, but a figurative birth, like the birth of a project or the birth of an idea. And so you might have this idea like, hey, I really want to work this out. I've got this idea. I have this creative project that I really feel like I want to put my energy toward. And I'm trying to decide, you know, where do I put my energy? Is this something that I should develop? Will this be successful? And it's something that really is going to express, it's like self-expression. It's like your baby. You're very attached to this idea. Whether it's a person or a project, it could be a relationship that you're attached to, that you're just nurturing. But it could also be a project or a goal that you're kind of working on, and it's going to take time to develop. You have to nurture it like a baby. You know, you're at the baby steps. This is in the past. Coming in the future, though, I feel like in August, you're going to start to see some results. So you've been putting a lot of work into something. Whether it's a relationship or a career goal, you're putting work into something, and you're waiting to see the results. And you are going to see some positive results in August because you have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands shows someone waiting to see what's going to happen, waiting for news. You know, I'm putting my energy out there, I'm putting myself out there. Is anything going to come of it? And the Three of Wands is saying, yes, you're going to get some news back. So if it's a relationship you're trying to develop, you're going to start to see some positive developments, some positive results. If it's a career goal or project that you're working on, you're going to get some positive feedback. It's just kind of developing, so the energies are just forming. The Six of Wands is also a card of victory. It's a card of being recognized for the person you are, the work that you do. So if you've been working hard at something and you haven't seen any results yet, you are going to see some results in August, especially with these eclipses. It's like you're finishing up something and then you're going to have a new beginning. It's going to take you to another level. So that could be true in relationships, but it could also be, because these eclipses are affecting your 5th house and your 11th house, it could be a creative project or something, a project that you're really identifying with as your baby, as the essence of who you are. So it could be, if it's a musical project, or you may have written or music, or you may have created some artwork, or you're just expressing yourself. You're developing something that really speaks to who you are. And it could mean, because with the 11th house, that a dream is finally starting to be realized, that you're surrounded by supportive friends who want to see you succeed, and things are starting to come together. Especially with this Eight of Wands here. The Eight of Wands represents news coming in, journeys by air, could be the arrows of love in a relationship situation. It could mean that your feelings are developing for someone, and they may come on suddenly, especially with Uranus trining the moon at the solar eclipse. You may meet someone, or if you're not with someone, you may meet someone that you just fall head over heels with. Or if you're in a relationship, you may just suddenly feel a rebirth of emotion around this person, where you're suddenly like falling in love all over again. In your environment, another thing about the Eight of Wands is also doors opening up career-wise. It's in your negative thinking sector, so you want to think positive. You may be thinking negative and attracting that to you. You might be thinking, oh, this person will never fall for me, or this project will never get off the ground. Don't do that. Focus on the positive and visualize success, and you'll bring it to you. Especially now that it's such a powerful time with these eclipses of finishing things up and initiating something new. The Five of Wands can represent, and this is your environment, there could be some conflict in your environment. So if you're in a relationship, there could be some arguing over petty details, but nothing major. I think there's a lot of love there. There's potential for love. You just have to learn how to compromise, and you can't always have it your way. Aries has a tendency to be a little bit selfish at times, where you just want things your way. Like, let's just do it my way. So you may want to try to compromise a little bit, and you'll see you can go further with that attitude than if you just, grind your heels in the dirt and say, no, I'm not giving in, So this could represent competition, conflict, petty arguments, internal conflict. In a work environment, it could be that you're working with people that are not really they're very competitive. You're in a competitive work situation where each person is it's like every man for himself. People haven't really learned how to work together. There could be some jealousy. So maybe if you're seeing some kind of success, you may have some problems with people around you that might be jealous. Don't worry about it. Just stay out of the drama, because things are looking good for you. As long as you really know, if you know where you're going, once you make up your mind and you decide on your path, nothing will be denied you in August, because you've got all this fire energy that goes well with your sign. You know, all this energy in Leo, it's telling you, get out there, you know, get your stuff out there. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to act on your dreams. You're having a push from the universe to begin something new. That really speaks to who you are. So don't give up on that dream. The King of Pentacles is in your wish fulfillment sector. So it could be a relationship that you're involved in with an earth sign. That could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could also be that you're dealing with someone who has money or land, someone who represents security to you. So the relationship could make you feel more secure. Or it could be, if it's a business situation, you might be going to someone for a business loan or someone for financial support. Or you might be thinking of purchasing real estate. Because these are all the things represented by the King of Pentacles. And this could be female or male. These cards don't always follow the female-male icon. I really go by the personality. So if the personality fits, if you're a male and you're involved with a female that fits the King of Pentacles, you know, that's okay. If you're a woman who's involved with a male, fits the Queen of Swords, or whatever the case may be, just go by the personality, not necessarily the gender of the card. So this person's very stable, very attached to family, very concerned with financial security. They're not flighty at all. You know, you might, because Aries, you might have been involved with flighty types in your past. This person is someone you can trust, you can depend on, and they'll always be there for you, and they will help you achieve a goal or a dream. So this person can be a help to you. And then as an outcome, you have the Fool. The Fool is a card of wiping the slate clean and starting over. So you might be starting something brand new in August with this solar eclipse on the 21st that is putting you in a whole new environment, a whole new scenario. It could be a new relationship, it could be a new job, it could be even moving to a new location. But whatever it is, it's brand new. It's something that you've never done before. It's something exciting, refreshing, cutting edge. The Fool is all these things. It's like you're on the cutting edge of something new, and that's just right where Aries loves to be. You love to be on the edge of the new, on the front lines. So this represents a new beginning for you. I think you're going to have a new beginning in August, especially around the full moon, the new moon eclipse. And remember, eclipses can speak on the day of the eclipse. They can also speak a month before or a month after, and sometimes even 6 months to a year. They're very powerful. So these energies, whatever you're beginning now, it's going to take a while to develop, but it's going to influence your life for quite some time. So if you have something you want to begin, this would be a good time to begin it, right around the 21st of August, just a little bit after. Now, you have to know that Mercury is also going to be retrograde from the 12th of August until September 5th or 6th. So that's also a time, if you're going to begin something, I would wait until mid-September. So you may, get the idea in August, or things may start coming together where you're thinking like, hey, I really want to do this. But if you're going to launch anything, I would launch it after Mercury goes direct. Unless you're going back to redo something, because Mercury retrograde sometimes brings people from the past back. So it could be a project that you put on the back burner and now you're revisiting it and you're going to make it better, then it's fine to start that. Or if you're connecting with someone you knew from the past, whether it's a relationship from the past, or a person, a company, or an employer from the past, as long as it's from the past, you're free to go ahead. Because Mercury, you don't want to sign any contracts when Mercury's retrograde. You don't want to start a new job when Mercury's retrograde, or buy any electronics. Mercury sometimes, and there's a lot of planets that are retrograde in August. So it's kind of like, yes, it's a good time to think about the new, and but don't actually launch anything until mid-September. But definitely write down all your ideas if you're getting inspiration and you're making plans. Do all your preparation while Mercury is retrograde, and then act right after. Mercury is a good time to do research when Mercury is retrograde, to research your options and get all your ducks in a row, and then hit the ground running when Mercury goes direct, which would be mid-September, when it comes out of the shadow. So things look good for you, Aries. It looks like a lot of new beginnings, and possibly you're on the road to fulfilling a dream, a long-held dream. And it could also be like new beginnings with children, or creative projects, or a new romance even. So whether you're meeting someone new and trying to choose between two people, or whether you're deciding to take a relationship to the next level and starting a new life with someone, that's the energy that's coming up in August. So I wish you luck and love for the month of August. And if you want a reading, like I said, a private reading, just contact me on my website. The link is in the description, and I would love to work with you. So enjoy your August. Hopefully, if you're in an area, you can see the eclipse. Otherwise, I will talk to you again in September. Okay, thank you, Aries. Bye now.